This is my 1972 Chevy Suburban. It's a project of mine that's never really come to fruition. Well, I drove it for a long time. When I bought it, it had 4 inches of lift on it, and I should have left it that way, but I'm an idiot, and I have to make everything bigger and badder. And well, unfortunately with this one, I just kind of lost. Well, no, none of that makes any sense. I'm a liar. I didn't lose interest. I just I got too many things to do, you know. Sometimes you get all these things, everything's like a project, and everything's broken. Everything I touch breaks, and then I break it, and then it gets put aside like I'll fix it. And I do fix a lot of stuff, but I spend all my day chasing all this broken stuff every day. Like every day, all my days, if I've got free time, I'm fixing something that's broke, and that's fine. I'm having a good time. But my Suburban has just been neglected. It's been sitting here for like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months probably. Maybe not quite that long, I don't know. It sucks. Me and Digger got a bunch of stuff stuck out in the cattails out back, and we brought the Suburban out to the rescue, but with, you know, he's not old enough to just jump in something and drive. It's gonna have to be a custom deal for him to reach the pedals, so we just pull stuff out dead, you know. And I was romping on this thing trying to pull out a Jeep, and I snapped the mid shaft, and we towed it home. It's been sitting here ever since, so I better get to work on it. I think the monster truck can sit there broken for a day while I fix up my Suburban real quick. So here's my rear drive shaft coming from my divorced NP200 transfer case. That's out of a 1950s Dodge Power Wagon military deal. A lot of people don't like them. I like them. They got small U-joints though, will be the one issue, and then I don't know. I guess a lot of people don't like them. I like them because I had it. That's why I like them. I had it and it went in. I've got a front drive shaft here I made out of a fence post or a gas pipe, I don't know which, but it didn't break. I thought that'd be the one to go, but I broke the mid shaft a lot, and I've got a good, it wasn't a bad angle either. I don't know what happened, but, well, I know what happened. My mid shaft exploded. That square flange there ripped right in half. U-joints exploded. That's got to come out, and I've got to find another flange that'll bolt on there. Hopefully I've got one. I don't think I do. I might have to go steal one at the junkyard. I'm surely not buying nothing, so whatever I do here to fix this truck today will be improvising with whatever I have. Let's see if I can get this shaft off of here. Oh, there you go. See, I never bring enough tools. I'm gonna need a wrench for that. Okay. Here we go. She leaks a little oil. Hasn't stopped me or slowed me down yet. But I would like to take better care of this truck eventually. It's not really the care that's an issue. Oh, I got a tire leaking air back there. That sucks. It's always something, you know? It's always something. I did a nice job putting this transfer case in. Did myself a favor because I couldn't keep a front drive shaft in it when I put these axles under it for a little while. I put this divorced case in here, but the mid shaft just didn't like it. Maybe I can make it better. Maybe I'll just fix what's here. Maybe I'll make it worse. Who knows? Let me see if I can get this disconnected. I might need to mow the grass before I set you up here for your view. And that's half the reason I gotta move this thing, so I can mow this grass. I'll just pull it out. There we go. What an amazing job I did here. Look at this beautiful work. I mean, really nice. Now these, like I was telling you, just like I was telling you yesterday, these here are all bent 4-link bars off of the Dodge, off my Power Wagon. Now look at some of these bends. They're really beautiful stuff. That one there might be that was a bent tie rod. So this one here's a bent tie rod. It's 2-inch quarter wall stuff. I got another bend going on here. I might have bent that one. Custom deal there. And then this one will be could be the other side of the tie rod. I could see some of that tan military paint on there. I think it's an Axle Tech tie rod that I bent. So I cut it up and made this cool transfer case hanger. I think it looks real good. There's my shifter linkages. Those are quality stuff there. It looks like I took some linkage ends off of air brakes. Yep, off the brakes for a big rig. I must have had some extra clevises and used those there. So This is a good truck. It just needs some help. Oh, look at this. Here's an old shock mount. That's when I had single shocks on the monster truck. And this is a shock mount that I bent or broke off. You can see where it was split here. Has a big split in it. Ripped it right off the frame of the monster truck, and then I threw it in the scrap pile. And when I needed a bent tube, there it is. It went right there as a cross member under my front drive shaft. All right, now you go back there, and I'll see if I can get these 4 bolts out, and then I'll have to go grab a wrench, and we can try again. Oh, what do we need? Let's try this one. Yeah, good try, Jimmy. Good job. 5/8, who knew? All right. All right, here I go. 4 bolts. Whoa, whoa, what is that? Number 1, we want 3. Fast. Faster, faster. There we go. All right, bolt, come out. Throw it in the toolbox so we don't lose it. There we go. 1 more. Whoa, he ran away. There he goes. I don't know why they put castle nuts on there. Not sure what the theory is. They're not really castle nuts, are they? They just split. Strange. Whoa, my wrench ran away. Come back, little doggy. We're not done. All right, let's put it back on the nut. All right, come on. I'm just working blind here, just trying to feel the nut and put the wrench on it. What's happening? Why doesn't it go on? What's going on back there? I really can't tell. I mean, maybe it's not 5/8. Is that what's going on there? So it's a 5/8 head and a 3/4 inch. Whoa, my wrench ran away again. I guess I don't have a tight grip on it. This broken flange up here is kind of cutting into my wrist, and I'm being a little bit of a sissy when it comes to holding the wrench. Here I go again. There we go. With great ease and care, I got that nut off. Wiggle it off, drop it in the toolbox. Come on, you little dirty nut. Get in there. Ow, I just bumped my head. Uh-oh, now here we've got trouble. This side here is just broken and wedged up in there. I didn't bring a hammer with me because I didn't think I'd need one. So what I'm gonna do now is improvise, and I'm gonna use my ratchet as a hammer. You can see here that that broken flange twisted itself around like a pretzel and is now jammed on the head of the bolt. So that's just not gonna work. So I'm gonna take my homemade hammer here, and I'm gonna smack it. Just gonna hit it. Listen, you dirty dog. Whoa, whoa, the impact jumped off and landed in my lap. You know what? All right, here's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna take that off, throw it over there. I'm gonna take this wrench and we're just gonna declare this a locking bolt. And I'm gonna try and remove the nut from the other side, assuming that that flange will do the work of holding the bolt from spinning. Of course, the flange is spinning, but if we spin it around enough, it'll hopefully hold itself. Come on, you dirty little nut. Ow, that kind of hurt a little bit. Sometimes, but not all the time, a wrench will slip off from the nut or bolt. You know, if I had the right size, it would probably have worked better. So we'll try that again with an 11/16 wrench. Here we go, let's try again. We're not gonna give up. We can't stop now. All right, there we go. Now the nut's coming loose from the bolt. Everything is working well. And it should be off here momentarily. If you go back over here, and I can use both of my hands to work, and that would be much better for the both of us. It will make me get this job done faster and talk less, which you may appreciate. But then again, why would you be watching if you didn't want to hear me talk? So here I go now, taking the wrench, putting it on the nut repeatedly, on again, off again. Turn it a little bit. I get in my own way here, and this broken piece of the driveline flange here is just trying to spin all around in a circle. So I'm holding it with my hand. I can feel the broken U-joint cap in there. I see the needle bearings are all gone. It looks like I've done a little bit of polluting in the cattails, losing some steel needle bearings. probably some grease and oil. But it all came out of the ground to begin with. Now you have to remember that when you're thinking about these sort of things. If you're reading National Geographic or something like that, getting all concerned. I'm this big evil monster, I use all this stuff, and then it goes in the earth. But listen, it all came out of the earth to begin with, and nobody wants to tell you that. They say, don't. Hey there, underdog, what you doing? Don't drop oil on the ground. Don't drop oil on the ground. But oil came from the ground. I heard the story. They drilled a hole and the oil squirted out of the ground. So then why can't I drop oil back on the ground? I'm not smart enough to understand this. I graduated from the American Educational... Actually, no, I didn't. I didn't because I didn't want to be there, so I didn't show up. And then I would go there, and then I would leave. And my attendance was bad and poor. And then I was acting out. And then I brought a turkey to school and let it loose. And then they didn't want me there anymore. Oh yeah, and I took my truck and did some donuts. But the point of all this is I don't understand is if oil comes out of the ground and then I put it back in the ground, what is the magic process there that makes that evil? Is it been changed and it's now terrible poison, but it wasn't terrible poison to begin with? Is the area where the oil was drilled out of already poisoned and it doesn't matter? So then if that's the case, why don't I take my drain oil and dump it back in the hole where we got it from to begin with? Why don't we just take it back over there and dump it in the hole? Because it came out of the hole. If the oil came out of the hole, why can't I dump my oil back in the hole? Can anybody explain this to me? Does any of this make sense? Do they even talk about this? And why do I care about polar bears? I don't care. If I see a polar bear, let me tell you something. If I see a polar bear, I don't care if it doesn't have legs. I'm going to kill it. It's still got teeth. I don't really like them. I mean, I think they're interesting, and I appreciate the fact that they exist. But I don't buy Coca-Cola, and if I see a polar bear, I'm going to kill it and eat it. There we go. Bolt number 1 coming out.
Oh my god. If she is, I'm gonna freak out. I don't even know how the hell she got pregnant. If she did.
Okay. Now, we've got a 1/4-inch ratchet here, and it's just not long enough to apply enough pressure onto this bolt to break it loose. So I'm going to take a box end wrench, and I'm going to put the box end around my ratchet handle. And then I'm going to twist it up like this so that when I pull on it, it will basically extend my handle. This is a handle extension. There we go. And just like that, with the proper amount of leverage, I was able to break that bolt loose without ever leaving my spot and acquiring more tools. You have to be innovative. Otherwise, you will just spend all day going back and forth to your toolbox. Okay. So here comes my first strap removed there, and the next one won't even have to get removed. I would just have to loosen the bolts. We're gonna have to put this up here, and hopefully if it doesn't fall down and smash my little fingers. All right, here we go. Well, the truck's in neutral, obviously, because the driveline's spinning. So now we'll just put it like that, and hopefully it'll hold itself again. Let's try this bolt here. We're gonna try and loosen it up. All right, if I put one hand on the drive shaft to hold it, what if I just put it down there? Now all of a sudden, the drive shaft wants to turn. There we go. We didn't need an extra handle on that one. That just came loose.
Yeah.
Here we go now, backing this bolt out, and just like that, my drive shaft wants to jump right out and say hello. So I'm just gonna back that bolt out to a safe distance to carefully slip the U-joint cap out of there so that I don't lose all my needle bearings in the grass.
Why you? Oh wait, are we going to take this for a drive after you're done fixing it?
Oh, if I fix this, we're gonna go for a ride.
On it?
Well, in it, preferably, but if you'd like to ride on the roof, I could probably arrange for that.
No, we're not going to.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you on the roof.
No, we're gonna ride inside.
I'm putting you on the roof.
No.
Yep. Yeah, that's the broken U-joint flange. You can see here that when we were in the mud, we were trying to pull the Jeep Cherokee out, and we were romping on it.
We're supposed to do it.
Hey, Maris, what are you doing?
Why do you have gummies?
You got gummy bears? Wow.
Can we come under here?
Yeah. All right, so here we go now. Drive shaft popped out. There we go. You can see here that there's nothing wrong with this side. Well, I mean, it's dirty, but other than that, it does work.
What do you think we...
Nothing wrong with this side. It's just that flange that belongs on the other side of the drive shaft.
Are you just teasing about you're going to put us on the roof?
Yeah, I'm serious.
No, you're not going to.
So you can see here what has happened.
Mom,
My flange exploded.
Melissa gave the...
Alright, I got my helpers with me, and they're gonna go with me, and we're gonna go out to the clam digger and steal a drive shaft. We got our tape measure, so we'll make sure the flange is the right size.
Yeah, tape measure.
What's your name?
Take a door.
How fast do you want to go?
1.
Okay, we're doing 1.
No,
We're doing fast 1 mile an hour.
no, 70.
Okay, 70 miles an hour.
You going backwards.
I think we got a flat tire.
And there's the clam digger. Where? We're gonna try and drive it. I'm gonna be the driver. Actually, if we're gonna start it, Uncle Jimmy has to drive, right?
See if it fires up.
No, we're gonna do it. Because this is our truck. It used to be mine. So I'm
One day all this stuff might become something. As for now, it's just time to steal a couple of parts to keep things moving.
when is it gonna turn on? It is on. Why is it not driving? Because Uncle Jimmy's gonna turn.
Hey, look at that. Disposable camera. I wonder who's got pictures of their butt on there. Hey, here you go, guys. Here's the camera. There we go. Here's number 3. Okay. So right now the drive shaft is sitting on my head. I'm trying to get that socket hammered straight onto the bolt, apply the impact wrench, and hold this wrench cattywampus on the nut. This is my last bolt. The drive shaft's not spinning. There we go. Got it. Okay. Just like that. Like a trained professional, I held it with my skull just long enough to get that nut off the bolt. And look how easily that slip yoke works. Everything came apart very nicely. I didn't even need a hammer to dismantle anything. The U-joint moves free. So hopefully I can just steal this flange, knock this U-joint out, and put it on my Suburban driveline. Alright, I've got to pop these clips out so I can steal the U-joint. Oh, there we go. Come on, little puppy. There we go, that's convenient. C-clip. I'm going to call that a C-clip because it's the letter C. For me. Alright. Here we go. Let's take the next one out. This is going much easier than I had anticipated. It ran away. There we go. There's my little baby U-joint. Maybe that was the problem in the first place. But what are you going to do? This is how I designed it, and this is what I'm going to use. So I'm going to pop this U-joint out of that drive shaft and then replace it with this one, and I'll have a brand new flange with a nice new U-joint. I can't help you. Stop fighting. I'm going to take my new flange, slide it in here, angle it in, get that U-joint in. No fighting in my barn. No fighting, no biting, please. No fighting in my barn. No fighting in my barn. You can leave. All complaints must be filed outside. Anyone who has a hard time can leave. I don't want to hear about it. No fighting. No fighting in Jimmy's barn. Alright, let's slide this cap on and get it started. Then we could take our hammer actually and just tap on this side while holding pressure on the U-joint. Alright, we've got it started going in now. Now I'm going to take it, loosen the vise, set it in there, and tighten the vise back up, pushing the U-joint cap straight through the yoke. There we go. Now we're pushed over to the other side. Now I'm going to go ahead and install that clip on this side. So I'll put it in the vise like this. And we don't want the U-joint to slide out of those needle bearings. There will be no... There will be no... And there will be no... None of those noises are permitted in Uncle Jimmy's barn.
Can I tell you something?
As long as it doesn't involve those noises that were previously described, then yes, tell me something, buddy. Now, if I just tap down gently on this, maybe it will go on or maybe it will not. I would like it to go on. Let's just tighten it up as much as we can. The whole thing's sliding together. All right, this U-joint's fixed. New flanges on the drive shaft. Time to install it and take it for a ride. Pull back more. Shoot it. Nice shot. Traction on the ground than wood or metal. So rubber tires were good, but it was just rubber padding on the tires.
Well, I think it just needs air.
Then some smart person came up with the idea of having a hollow rubber tire on a metal wheel that you could pump air pressure into, pressurize air. So it has to be airtight so air can't escape your area. Then you force air in. You force air in, and then your tire pumps up, and when you're driving, the weight of your vehicle is bouncing on the pressure of air inside your tires. That makes for a bouncier, more comfortable ride when you're going somewhere. Also, it gives the vehicle better traction because it sort of puts a little push down on it. And that's how we got the modern day tire. Drive shaft's in, time for a test drive.
Oh, wait, can we get in when you drive it over?
Let's see if it starts. Hey, there's my old shoes. Oh, almost.
Can we try again?
It's alive! It's alive! We got reverse. About horses, but we're gonna go for a ride, okay? Here we go. Bye-bye, Mom.
Bye-bye, Mom. Say bye to your mom.
The wheels fell off. Oh, my leaves fell off. Shaft works. There will be none of that here in church. No more noises that involve, he did that, and she did this,